Hi. Greetings from Wisdom Lord Raphael. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification icon and don't miss any contents. This is the light novel of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. If you haven't watched previous video, I will leave the link on the description box, or you can click here. Let's start. This is Tensura Light Novel Volume 17. Tensura Light Novel. Volume 17. Fragments Across Space-Time. Chapter 1. The Ambition of Myourmiles. Myourmiles' Rival. Suddenly, someone calls out to me. Hey, Myourmiles. You're getting pretty big, aren't you? Why don't you say hello to me? Well, that's Don Gabbana's bodyguard, Arlissio. A big, muscular, middle-aged man. He wears full-body black leather armor, which is unbecoming, but no one blames him. That's just as well. After all, Arlissio is a retired former A-rank adventurer and the incarnation of so much violence that there isn't anyone in the underworld who hasn't heard his name. Of course, I knew him as well. Not that I wanted to see him though. Arlissio is a ferocious beast of a man. Always hungry and always ready to hunt. Ever since I met him as a young man, he's always asked me for food and pocket money. I'd complain, but this man was the incarnation of violence. And worst of all, Don Gabbana is standing behind him. He is a nobleman without a title, but of such stature that even Ingratia's royalty cannot resist. When Arlissio went too far and killed a thug, the gendarmerie settled it by suicide. After that, no one dared to challenge Arlissio. We are here to talk about the future of the business world, but this is not the time to quarrel with Arlissio. I, as a founder, will have to get through this, even if it means stepping out of line. I smiled and turned to face Arlissio. Well, Arlissio-san. What a surprise to see you here. Ah. What's with that tone? Hey, you look like you're in some kind of shape while I'm watching you. Hey, this is scary. Arlissio's threats don't involve shouting or anything like that, but it's like a bite to the gut. I'm going to chatter. In Bloomond, I was also called the king of the backstreets, but in front of such a real deal, I am reminded of how small I can feel. Well, Mr. Arlissio, it's a happy occasion. I'll tell you about it later. Bid is also under pressure from Arlissio. He seems to know about Arlissio and is now afraid of him. I can't speak for other people either, and on the contrary, I've even reviewed Bid. In the past, I would never have tried to go against Arlissio. But it leaves a bad taste. What do you want? You call my name so casually, but who gave you permission? Huh. Arlissio's attention is shifting from me to Bid. Just as I suspected, this man doesn't remember Bid. I guess he didn't think he was worth remembering, either. It seems that Arlissio would not tolerate being accosted by such a small person without permission. He's in a terrible mood. In the old days I would have put my hands on some money to see him out. But today, that's not going to happen. I am a representative of the Four Nations Trade Federation, and I will not be taken for a fool by our enemies at this time. The people around me are laughing at us now, instead of helping us. This may be a show and a diversion, but I'll lose my position if we allow this to go on unchecked. If I can't handle this kind of trouble, I'll only draw the ire of the guests. Arlissio, you misunderstand me. I'm a representative of the Four Nations Trade Federation. I let you off on the basis of our old friendship, so leave quickly. I said to Arlissio, poised in a relaxed manner. I struggled to keep my voice from trembling, but I was relieved that I managed to do it. What? Is this what you call a killer intent? The air around Arlissio changes, his eyes narrowing as he stares at me. I'm scared shitless. Myourmiles-san. Bid shuffled to his feet and called out to me in a tearful voice. But there was no time to answer and I couldn't take my eyes off Arlissio. Hey, Myourmiles. Are you sure you didn't misunderstand? Or maybe you did. Do you think I can't get to you in this kind of a public place? I do think so. No one with a bit of wisdom would meddle with a man of high rank in a place like this. It wouldn't be natural for a monster that follows their instincts, but someone with common sense would usually put up with it. Moreover, Arlissio is Don Gabbana's bodyguard. If you make trouble here, it would get your employer into trouble. Just when I thought I was absolutely safe, I felt Arlissio's left hand shaking. In that moment, Bid was pulled down and Gabbana was in front of me. It seems that in that instant, Arlissio tried to hit me. Gabbana then covered me. It was Gabbana who pulled Bid over, and if he'd just left him there, it could have been dangerous. As proof, Bid's ear is torn off by the pressure of Arlissio's fist. Are you okay, Bid? Yes. I'm sorry, I can't help you. It doesn't bother me. Rimuru-sama will be very angry if you die here. Oh, are you going to get angry for me? Of course. I'll be mad at you, too. I'm reaching out to Bid and pulling him up. Meanwhile, sparks were flying between Gabbana Dono and Arlissio. Were you trying to kill me? It was an accident, an accident. I was just trying to give you a quick pat on the back. I guess that's why that punk over there fell over because you interfered. Don't be silly. I'm still a work in progress, but Bit is like a little brother. I've been looking up and watching, but that's too much. Phew, haha, it's bad because that guy is weak. You're not allowed to bring weapons into this place, so you're not going to die from a little poke. Oh yeah. Wow, the atmosphere in Gabbana Dono is changing. I thought that this would no longer be a meeting, but then Don Gabbana arrived at that very moment. Arlissio, what are you doing? Oops, Gabbana-san. Nothing really, I was just saying hello to my old friend for a bit. Yeah. I guess so. You there, you're hurt. Here, use this. What a bloody farce. Threats and intercessions, trying to do me a favor and holding my head down. Arlissio knows just what to do. He's just sprinkling Bid with a restorative without a second thought. A sprinkle on Bid's suit instantly restored Bid's ear. That kind of efficacy can only be the complete recovery potion. Ooh, to use your precious full potion on such a low-ranking person. As expected of Gabbana Dono. For him, he doesn't even mind using a rare secret potion. That's right. Arlissio Dono's prowess combined with Gabbana Dono's financial strength is truly invincible. What's that? I went pale as soon as I heard that voice. Suddenly I wasn't scared anymore and I felt like I'd just woken up from a nightmare. I look at Bid and he's very puzzled. I guess he's feeling the same way I am. Because, ain't that right? The full potion is a familiar sight to us. Every now and then, Gabbana Dono trains Bid too, but I can't tell you how many times he's had his arms and legs chopped off in one day. If he didn't have the full potion, he wouldn't be alive today. That's why we've always had the full potion on hand. Listening to those who appreciate it made me realize again how blessed we are now. Oh. And look. Behold the bright badge on Gabbana Dono's chest. Oh, I see it too. That crest is shining. Right. That means it's made of genuine magisteel. No doubt, it's just as they say. An up-and-coming, mysterious organization is absorbing all the illegal organizations. And this organization's very crest is exactly what it looks like. The voice from the outside intrigued me, so I looked at Don Gabbana's chest, only to be astonished. There, shining in a familiar pattern, were 3 snakes intertwined, snaking their way around. No wonder they were so familiar. As I recall, Rimuru-sama said, why not just make it a snake? Rather than dragons and phoenixes, simple is better. Besides, the snake symbolizes wisdom, desire and eternity, which is perfect for the 3 drunk sages, right? And older sister agreed too. She said, well, snakes also have the image being drunk, so it might suit us. And I said, wahahaha. Then let's make the 3 snakes intertwine. Let's make them snake around like the 3 of us. No matter how you look at it, it's the 3 drunk sages. I haven't heard about the members in detail, but was Don Gabbana's organization also absorbed by it? Now that I know, I'm feeling a bit jumpy. But this is my chance. Let's make sure Don Gabbana stands out from the crowd to showcase my position. You are, I believe, the chairman of the Gabbana Trading Company. Now, how do you wish to make amends for this? What did you say? You are not aware. Apologize for injuring my escort. Bid wouldn't go against that thug just because of a situation like this. And now he's gone too far just because we wouldn't hurt him. I'm a thug. This is great fun. It seems that both look bewildered by my counterattack. What's with that man? What's that man doing challenging Gabbana Dono? Gabbana Dono is a member of the mysterious 3 drunk sages, isn't he? Yes. I heard that a major militant group has fallen under the umbrella of the 3 drunk sages. And yet. You're a daredevil, or do you have a secret plan? I can't believe it, but the 4 Nations Trade Federation has a plan to counter the 3 drunk sages. You really think you can? The outsiders may be annoyed, but it seems to stand out in the public eye, so I shall bear it. Now, more than that. You're dead, man. Well, wait, Arlissio. It's not good here. Besides, it's not much fun if you kill it easily. Alright, Gabbana-san. This one's for later. First, I've got to do something about these bastards who are hiding in plain sight. Shut up. I shouted to him on the spot. My voice didn't shake. I can feel my voice returning to normal. It's almost as if the fear Arlissio had instilled in me a moment ago was a lie. Now that I think about it, it's only natural. After all, I've had conversations with much scarier beings. Don Gabbana would be no better than a bug from Voldora-sama's point of view. All he'd have to do is release his aura and Gabbana would be no more. Arlissio might be able to hold out, but it'd only be putting off the inevitable. All Voldora-sama would have to do is turn on the killing intent and he'd be gone. In other words, I usually deal with Voldora-sama and others who are that scary. I've even refused to bargain for a raise in pocket money. And there are also many Calamity class Magians living in that town. It's my job to manage the accounts of the inhabitants of the monster country. Even those that could easily wipe out small nations are begging me to make their budgets work. I'd yell at them and chase them away. It's hard to believe it, but it's become my daily life now. Speaking of which, Sien Dono and I had a little chat the other day. Well, Tensura Dono is very good and fast at what she does, which is a great help to me. And she's beautiful. I envy you, Sien Dono. What? Well, hahaha. Myourmiles Sama has a very good sense of humor. I haven't laughed so much in a long time. He was laughing a lot even though he was usually so calm and collected. After that, he liked me for some reason, and we became good friends, so much so that sometimes we went out for drinks together. Then I remembered that Tensura Dono was a terrible demon. Her appearance was deceiving. Her graceful demeanor and soft smile made me think she wasn't so scary. It's well known that Tensura Dono gave the council a hard time, so I tried to keep a modest attitude. Sexual harassment, no. Absolutely never. That's our slogan at work. This is a digression, but there are many great people in our office. Now that I remembered, there was no reason to be afraid of Don Gabbana or Arlissio. You? Don Gabbana and his friends are all red-faced and furious, but that doesn't make me feel anything. It's not only me, but Bid too, seems to have had a reality check. Hey, Myourmiles is a gentleman, so I'll say it for you instead, but your tone of voice is not very nice, is it? Myourmiles can't talk to you like you do. Or so he says. However, with this, the line of sight in the venue was nailed, and it was a great show. Let's beat Don Gabbana to the punch and complete the ratings. Here's where I showed a fearless smile. I'm not much of a fighter, but I have a reputation for having a bad face. That's true. Bid is right. I should have disciplined him from the start, not chided him for his old friendship. That's right, Myourmiles. That way, I wouldn't have to put up with it and I wouldn't have been hurt. Smart man. And how am I supposed to make him pay for what he did? First, he should apologize to you. It's not too late to learn from that attitude. You're right. Oh, Arlissio and Gabbana Dono. I can close my eyes for this if you apologize now. But if you insist on making things worse, that's another story. I, Guard Myourmiles, Minister of Finance of the Jura Tempest Federation and representative of the Four Nations Trade Federation, will buy the quarrel. How about it, eh? I said that as if I were about to make a big spectacle of myself. Their faces are twitching as they listen to me. You. Wait, Arlissio. Calm down. If it looks like there was a misunderstanding and you were offended by us, then let's apologize. Myourmiles kun, wasn't it? And you? Oh, no. Myourmiles Dono. When I asked him back, Don Gabbana sounded frustrated. We've won, I thought. There are many great merchants here. Not only from the Ingratia kingdom, but also from other nations, whose wealth is valued by these merchants. Don Gabbana was forced to recognize me in front of these great men and women. I guess it was out of the calculations, but it was sweet. He is staring at me with cold, snake-like eyes, but I am not afraid. I'm sure I would have cried and apologized if it was in the past. So, what's the misunderstanding? Don Gabbana bowed, a blue streak on his forehead as he set out the rescue ship. My guards got ahead of themselves this time, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I think he was a little too excited, and I think you can tolerate one thing. Ah. Do they teach you to laugh and easily forgive people for hurting you? My Bid had to suffer the shame of losing an ear, remember? The full potion. Ha. You don't know what you're talking about if you try to fool me with such cheap medicine. I laughed out loud. In fact, I still have a few of those Pashonos because Rimuru-sama let me keep them. It wasn't a lie, so I said so emphatically. You are not worthy of participating in the grand scheme I have planned to call upon you to carry out. Leave this place. Don Gabbana scowled as I shouted at him. Then, in a chilling voice. Don't you regret it? Don't you regret it, he said, for me only, and left the hall with Arlissio. It was a complete victory for me. The hall had been quiet for a while, but as soon as Don Gabbana disappeared, the audience erupted in cheers. But there were not just positive reactions. There were also some malicious voices in the crowd. I'm sure the consensus was that they didn't think I would get rid of Don Gabbana. I, seeing my chance to get the attention, made the opening statement. Then afterwards, I unveiled the Bloomin' distribution system that I had discussed with Rimuru-sama and Vuryar Dono and succeeded in attracting the interest of many people. However, they did not agree to join the project on the spot. The reason is simple. By Don Gabbana, or rather, by the three drunk sages, they thought I'd be killed off for fighting with them. If the organizers are going to be gone, then go after their replacements. If the core group is gone, the project may go down the tubes. This is not a matter for the big merchants to rush into, is it? But that's good for me. I will have more credibility if I can survive here. And that's with the three drunk sages. I am 1/3 of the three drunk sages, and victory is guaranteed. And so, I gave the passionate speech to my heart's content. The venue was filled with enthusiasm and the meeting was very lively. That's all for today, hope you guys enjoy it. Please check my other videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the notification icon. And don't miss any updates. Thank you for watching.